Oh, hello. It's Katie from my autistic blog, and I this is a year ago that I've been doing these videos. As I just spontaneously did it last year when the National Autistic Society said we're calling for adult women to upload their experiences, and I just spontaneously did it, and then I carried on, and yeah, so this has been part of my journey to do it. I'd never have thought to do this before that, but I just did it, and then I carried on. I keep repeating. That's one of my things. I can't think on the hoof very well, so I tend to rabbit on, babble, or repeat myself, or my mind just goes blank and my words just fade out. But that isn't what I wanted to talk about today. I wanted to talk about imposter syndrome, which a lot of autistic people, particularly women and particularly older women or late diagnosed women, experience. Excuse me, I've got an itchy nose. Um, and yeah, um, so they think they're not, because they've gone through so late in life without being diagnosed. It can feel unreal, or like, you've grown up with other ideas of autism, like particularly if you were young, or you grew up with ideas that it was just boys who had it and not even girls, let alone adult women. And you had depictions like Dustin Hoffman in Rain Man, as and so yes, and if your women present very differently, and so it can be quite a mismatch when you do get a diagnosis. And I can understand people suffering with imposter syndrome. I think, I feel an imposter because I'm not like such and such, or I'm not like that depiction. And it's up, we need to sort of realize how much things have changed, and how, the the received wisdom over the last few decades has evolved and changed, and our understanding of it is now very different. So I just googled this about imposter syndrome, and something that came up. I often do Google just to get a paragraph, and it said imposter syndrome is wide. No, sorry, that's not what I wanted to. Um, oh, um, Oh yeah, imposter syndrome. I don't know where I got this from Google. Syndrome is widespread in the autistic community. Um, Respected autistics the world over might greet the morning concerned that they are not actually autistic. They are faking it. They will sooner or later be found out. These sentiments are particularly prevalent in autism without intellectual disability. Um, yeah, so that and so on. I'm not sure if that paragraph came from somewhere else. So I'm a bit confused myself. But this is it. I'm not very good at doing things spontaneously without it all written down. But I also imposter syndrome is also common in authors, and so as an autistic author, I feel a double whammy. So imposter. This is something I found out on, again, I did a Google search, and it said imposter syndrome in authors is a psychological pattern in which an individual doubts their accomplishments and fears being exposed as a fraud. It's a common feeling among writers who often compare themselves to well known writers, question their writing skills, or think they don't deserve recognition for their work. So that could be also in the comparing themselves is probably an autistic thing as well as writers. Comparing yourself to other autistics. Am I like this person? They look more severe, or they fit the usual pattern more. Question their writing skills. People question their diagnosis, or think they don't deserve recognition for their work. So that could be they don't deserve to be, treated and acknowledged as an autistic person. And with writing, another thing I found by Kristen Kiefer, she says in an article, confidence and creativity is a balancing act, and as imposter syndrome shows, many writers struggle to find that balance. But of but at its core, imposter syndrome seeks out writers who doubt, in some capacity, that they are good enough. It preys upon those who seek validation and, by extension, to find their confidence in external sources. Again, that could be likened to validation with your diagnosis and being validated externally. But confidence in your creative accomplishments cannot be found in contracts, royalty checks, bestseller lists, or reviews. It cannot be gifted by readers, agents, editors, or other publishing professionals. It can only be found in recognizing that you are on a creative journey, one that will last a lifetime, that your work has immense value, and that every single step you take is a victory worth celebrating. So I quite like that, and yeah, I could see the similarities, and I don't think I suffer imposter syndrome with autism so much because I have connected with so many people, and I've found my tribe, and I feel validated, and the diagnosis really helped with that. But I must say, with my writing, I do. I've been writing for 40 years or more, 45 actually, doing it as, my first novel I started 45 years ago, and I feel I'm not successful, although, what is success, but I feel maybe, the autism again has sort of kind of held me back because I can't go out and do all these, people who've got lots of confidence, who can talk to public speaking and all that sort of thing. Now it's even harder. I don't even, I'm mainly housebound, so I can't really, even network in, in the real one. You'd think there'd be more things on Zoom. The digital world has opened up, and that's very good. But, in the actual real life events, that's very hard. Anyway, I'm waffling, so I'm going to finish this now. Thanks for listening. But it is, as I say, it is a year since I started doing this, so yeah, maybe it's appropriate to have done a longer one. Thank you. Bye.